Yesler Terrace in Seattle is one of the largest and most racially and economically diverse public housing in this city, with 562 units providing for 1,200 people. But a big change is brewing in one of the oldest public housing units in America. There will be a redevelopment causing a possible gentrification to the neighborhood. But the residents aren't the only people being largely affected. Small businesses are being shaken as well. In order to comprehend the impact on these businesses, we interviewed a few business owners that were located within a few blocks of where the redevelopment will take place. We also talked to the deputy mayor of Seattle on this issue to understand the city's perspective. How does the city of Seattle expect small businesses to be affected by this project during construction and after construction is finished?
Well, whenever there's a construction project that goes on, it's always a challenge for small business. In the Yesler Terrace redevelopment area, which goes right up to Little Saigon, there's actually new space that's going to be made available at tiered rates for small businesses, because we want to make sure that you don't necessarily lose those small businesses within the redevelopment area because of the project. We want to make sure that they're included in the project and that they can continue to provide those small business services to residents.
When we spoke to Zufan from Mesob, despite having to be relocated, she had an optimistic view for her restaurant's long-term success.
Before, yes, I said I don't want to move somewhere else. I want to stay here in Mesob. But now when I'm thinking of it, I think it's a good idea for me to move somewhere else and start a fresh start all over again. I'm moving 12 and men. It's not that far from here. Still in this area, not far from here. My clients are most of the people are vegetarian. So the people who lives around Central District, so this area, and they are very shocked when they heard the first time that the property has been sold. So I got relocated. But now we all get used to it, so since December. So now they're excited like me to move somewhere else, to start a new fresh start. One side of it, it is a good idea. The city needs to develop, It's for a good cause, but, they are, for us like small business owners, it's gonna be, a little bit rough and hard for us. But for the city, I think it's really good for them. People who bought this property, they wanna put 3 townhomes, so I gotta move, relocate somewhere else. I'm looking for a future to have a good business over there and have a new customers, and my goodwills are also following me and to be successful over there.
We went to Little Saigon to speak with Minh-Duc Nguyen, the director of Helping Link, on how the Vietnamese small businesses in Little Saigon will be affected by the redevelopment.
I think a lot, including us as a nonprofit in the Little Saigon, we've been here since 2001. It's great to be able to be right in the international district, have our Little Saigon. A lot of elder have invest a lot of time, energy, and money in rebuilding this whole corner so that we can call it Little Saigon. So we're hoping that with the redevelopment, Little Saigon will stay, so we won't be forced to move out of the area. I think that in the future, if everything go well, I think the business would be great, but I'm not sure if the small businesses will be able to survive in during the time of the redevelopment. For example, Helping Link is very lucky to be right in the heart of the Little Saigon. The landlord have been very, he's been supporting Helping Link, but with the redevelopment, the cost is going to be increased. So we don't know where, in the future, can Helping Link be here, because land is going to be so much more expensive, right? The cost for rent, even though the landlord have been very generous, and he want us to be here, but when it come down to the number game, social service, or small businesses will be forced to move out the area.
We also went to Saba Restaurant to interview the owner, Worke, on her thoughts about the redevelopment.
I think they send us first that they're going to start building and they're going to clean up the yard waste and stuff. So they send me a letter, they're going to start building. And they will give us, they said, for the minority, they will help, they will give us the first choice, which is nice. I'm happy, to develop the areas. Since I've been here, I see a lot of changes, which is nice. We'll get more new customers, and now we have a new trend coming through, and they're going to start building in front of our restaurant. It will be, the more it grows, the more the business will be success. I see it that way. That way, I'm not complaining anyway. When they block the road or they do something, I know that they're starting to improve the area. So they need support. I'll be glad to support them. It's good for us. It's good for the community. It's good for the city to grow.